those of you that were very early enough to be here. So, one may wonder, why is it necessary, important, to talk about the program? It's very, very important in my own view, because as a new student, there are so many things that we may be implementing and you may not understand what it is. So it's your duty to actually attend this kind of orientation so that you can know one or two things, or even ask questions when things are not clear to you. Okay, so of course, we are here today, 14th September, and the intention is to talk about our program. So today is our orientation day, so then let's start again. As I was saying, the need for graduate school of peace studies and diplomacy. Okay. Normally, when you are enrolling in a university, you may tend to ask and check about the ranking. So you can see that Siam University is among the universities not just better placed, but also recognized. So you don't need to be scared whether we have what it takes or not, because we also recognize worldwide and inside Thailand here. So, and we are going to talk about administrators and lecturers, the vision, mission of our program, and the general university as a whole. Then, office contact, curriculum, courses, rules and regulations, graduation requirement, request form, visa, ethics, anti-plagiarism policy, and past activities. Don't forget, you should ask questions. Okay, who is the president of the university? I hope you know the president. Have you seen the president? Emmanuel Mba. You have not seen our president, and you graduated here, and then doing master's degree. Doing master's degree, but you have not seen the president. Maybe you can, Dr. Cho should invite the president so that you guys have a meeting with the president. Yeah, it's very important. Okay, so this is the. So this is Dr. Ponchai Monkonavit. That is the president of Siam University. So, and again, international students. In this university and even in our program, we have had students from Thailand, Nigeria. I think international student Nigeria is outstanding. Myanmar, Uganda. Who is from Uganda here? That is Mr. Raymond. Kenya, the Chelsea. She's not feeling fine. So, India. Do we have India here? So, Chalma. Okay, she's not around. South Africa, that is Damien. Vietnam, that you're from Vietnam, right? Yes. Then we also have Niger. Niger, not Nigeria, but Niger. You see? This is Niger, not. Most people call it. Most people think it's a Nigeria. And sometimes Thai immigration, when they get one of them, they tend to think, oh, you're from Nigeria. So this is Nigerian. In their passport, they write something like Nigerian, not Nigerian, Nigerian. I hope I'm getting it correctly. Somalia, many Somalian students, but most of them have graduated and are still in the process. Then Canada, Cambodia, we had, Ethiopia, we also, Afghanistan, one had graduated. Okay, now we have a new one from Afghanistan. What's that your name? Java. Okay, Java, you're welcome. Then we have Guinea. Guinea is no longer here. He has graduated. He's still in the process of graduating. Then Philippines in the process. England graduated already. Finland graduated. Ghana graduated. Indonesia. Who is from Indonesia? Why is it? Sepi, right? Sepi is not here. Why is he not here? Okay. So Pakistan. We have someone from Pakistan. We have someone from France and Liberia. Where is Smith? He's not here. Egypt. Then we have Moses from Egypt. So actually in this our program, we have had a lot of people from so many countries, which has actually added to the beauty of the program. Okay. In this program too, it's good to know who is who among the administrators. So we have here the director of the program, Dr. Shaw. Who doesn't know him? Okay, so this is Dr. Shaw, the director, the dean of the program. Okay. Then after him, then we have Associate Prof. Dr. Surapon. Who doesn't know him? Okay, this is Dr. Surapon, Ajahn Surapon. For me, he's the most intelligent Thai I have ever seen in this country. Very, very intelligent and legally updated. And this is this man, Dr. Emmanuel. Okay, so we move on. So we also have some lecturers that often join the program, and they're also part of the program. Here is Associate Prof. Shayana. You will meet him in one of the subjects. And this is the former director, Tatri. So, then again, we have some lecturers that we invite to come and join us too, because not all of us are expertise or specializes in, some of us specialize in one area and not in another area. So that will now lead us to bring in someone who may know a particular topic more than the other. For example, anything about philosophy, anything about education or psychology related to social sciences, you might see me there. But there are some other things that I don't know about, just like law. Dr. Surapon, he knows a lot about international law and even Thai laws. You see, even Dr. Scholl, as you know, is experienced in so many areas, traveling here and there. So all these are the things that we consider. So sometimes we bring in lecturers from outside, because the fact that we are directors, we are administrators, does not mean that we know every topic. So whenever you see in one class 3 professors or 4 professors, just understand that the essence of it is for you to learn from the pool of the knowledge, because we don't know it all. Okay, even among you, I'm sure that you specialize in one area. Like Mike here, Mike is an editor. He is a linguistic. Where did you go? I've forgotten. Linguistic and communication. He knows much about this English stuff. Sometimes I tell him to correct my English, because, you know, in Thailand, the more you stay in Thailand, the more your English is affected. And so many of us here also, look at, we have Dixon, he's a consular officer in Nigerian embassy. Look at this, he's an ambassador, so His Excellency. So
I used to have a British accent. Now I have to hide it.
Yeah. The more you stay in Thailand, that's what we suffer. Myself, I'm sure my English is already gone. I'm just managing. Okay, so These are other external lecturers, and you will be meeting them in the subjects they are handling. Okay, this is a policeman. I believe you know him very well. And then these are our staff, secretariat staff, and this is a beautiful lady here. Oh, what is happening? I've not finished talking. Okay, you know the name? On and on. Uh-huh. So, and this one is Ashu from India. What is this thing doing? To allow me to. Okay. Ashu from India. And then Fim Parasit. These are the staff that actually help us a lot to make sure that program is active and in order. Okay. So the philosophy of Siam University, wisdom is an invaluable asset of humankind. That is the philosophy, because in every university you'll be asked, you may be required to tell the philosophy of the university. Have you ever heard about this before, about philosophy of Siam University? No? Emmanuel, because you are the leader here, you graduated here. And Emmanuel, the two Emmanuels. Emmanuel Mba, Emmanuel Ngozi, you guys graduated here. Have you ever noticed this about the philosophy of Siam University? Emmanuel Mba? I mean, Ngozi? Okay. All right, so we move on. The vision, innovation for sustainable future. This is a wonderful vision. Innovation for sustainable future. Anyway, this is not a class. Otherwise, I will ask each and every one of you, what do you understand by this? What do you understand by this phrase? Let me spare you that, because this is not my normal class. But just be aware that CM University intends to project about the future and the newness. Okay, so office contact. I hope all of you, you know the office of MAPD. The new student, do you know the office of MAPD? Office, 14th floor. Okay. Then, sometimes you might need to make a call. It's important because something may happen and you need our attention. If you call the university number, these are the university numbers. And then if you want to get directly to MAPD office, then you have to 5412 after dialing this one. Don't take it for granted. Sometimes even your phone might be lost. One of our students went to Pattaya and got everything lost, including wallet, the phone. He had no means of communication. Then what did he do? He went to a cyber cafe and googled Siam University, and then called the number in order to get to some of us in case we need to attend to him. Another example, one student went to Phuket and lost his wallet and ID number and everything. Then the police, somebody that found it, returned it to the police station. And the police station had to call Siam University. And as soon as they called Siam University, because that person is an African student, so as soon as they called Siam University, I was contacted and they mentioned the name. So we told the police station how to return the wallet. So they were very kind. So they just sent it through EMS. Then we started contacting the student, but we could not because the phone was also lost. So when the student now returned back, luckily for him, he went directly to my office and started telling me about his situation. And he was very surprised how I brought both the wallet and the student ID and gave to him. So that is the need for this kind of number. Your phone might disappoint, so you may end up googling wherever you are to get this number and call this 5412. Are you there? Okay. So The program is 2 years. So if you are here more than 2 years, you are becoming what we call in our language, Papande 1. So you're supposed to have graduated after your enrollment 2 years. So if you're here 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, like some of us, I wonder what you're still doing. So it's better to plan your program in such a way that you should graduate in 2 years. 1 year, 1 semester, 3 semesters. Then you think about thesis, independent studies, and okay, now before I ask, how many of you here, I don't think anybody has registered for thesis. All of you are independent studies, right? Very good. The new students, Steve, you are for independent studies, correct? And then Java, you are for independent studies. So whenever we enroll in every semester, students are expected to enroll at least 3 subjects, because that will enable you to make sure that you graduate within these 2 years. But then don't forget, there are requirements. After you, first of all, you should try to make sure that your GPA is at least 3 points, not 2 points. Do you understand what that means? Hello? Your GPA, that is the subjects you should be getting at least B, or B plus, or A. Run away from C. Because if you keep getting C's, it's possible that it will bring down your GPA in such a way that if you are 2.50 or 2.70, it's possible you may not graduate. You have to enroll more subjects to upgrade. So, take note of that. This is what I've just finished. So the subject, all the subjects you have taken should at least 39 credits. 39 credits, at least. Then this is a plan A. This is for plan A. Plan A for those who prefer to write thesis. What it means is that you must do 9 courses. Is the only one that connects you with every student. 9 core courses. I hope you know the one that's core courses. 9 core courses. That is 27 credits. Then thesis, 12 credits, together 39. But make sure that your GPA should be from 3 points up. Hello? Are you there? I hope you ask questions. This is where all of you are. But myself, I was here anyway. Don't forget, I'm the first student in this program. And I did thesis. So I also graduated in peace studies and diplomacy. Are you aware of that? Do you know about that? Okay. Not just graduated, the first student. Okay. So, but I chose thesis during my time. So now, but now all of you are here. Then 9 core courses is a must. That's why it's called core. Core, 9. Then together they are all 26, 27, 27. Then if you are in this particular plan B, you are supposed to do 2 elective courses in addition to independent studies. So independent studies is meant for those who are doing this plan B, which means you have to do 2 electives. This semester we have 1 elective open. Who can tell me the subject? The elective for this semester? What? Huh? Peace and governance is a core course. Who can tell me this semester 1 subject that is elective course? Negotiation and conflict management. Yeah. Every course you see peace, you just know that is a core course. Conflict is a core course. What is thesis and what is independent studies? First of all, thesis are the one that you will write. You need to first of all submit your proposal. After submitting your proposal will be approved. After being approved, there will be a panel to look into your proposal. Then the panel will give you correction. Then after that, you will start writing. Then after you must have finished writing, you come back again to defend about 5 lecturers, both external and internal. So they will now look into your thesis and then give you also correction. You have to go and do the correction before they will approve it. So thesis is more or less a standard academic requirement. So, but independent studies, of course, you have done 2 elective subjects. So, having done 2 elective subjects, you can now add it up with independent studies, which is 6 credits. 2 elective courses you have done, they are 6 credits also. If you combine it with independent studies, that would be 12 credits to match up, to be in the same line with thesis. So independent studies is between you and your supervisor. Then the supervisor will be directing you on how to. You will be doing most of the thing, of course, but you have to get advice from your supervisor. But thesis, it is not only between you and your supervisor. Thesis should be between you and the panel, about 5 lecturers. It's not limited to only your supervisor. I don't know if you're getting the difference. I repeat, independent studies, you must have done 2 elective courses. Then you now do officially these independent studies in line alongside with your supervisor only. But thesis is not with your supervisor. Thesis is higher expectation. Then there must be about 5. Either 3 from the university, 2 from outside the university, from Ministry of Education. Okay, you can ask your question, Laura. Whichever one, whether you have chosen thesis or independent studies, you're expected to come up with your hard copy. Okay, look at it here. This is a foundation course for the ID, almost all of you. I don't think there is a new, old ID here. Nobody. Okay. All of you here, you must do this course as a foundation courses. No credit. It has satisfactory or unsatisfactory. Yes. That is why sometimes those of us that are doing it, if I'm the lecturer, if you are late for one day, until you have to replace that day in a makeup class in order to get that satisfactory. So most people, they get confused about this. You will pay for it, but there's no credit, but it's a required subject as far as your ID is concerned. Hello? Okay. Then you may ask, which one are core courses? Core courses. You see, research methodology in social sciences is a core course. Emmanuel Mba, you see that? Peace and governance is a core course. Diplomacy and international negotiation is a core course. Theory of peace, conflict, and security. New international political and economic orders. Strategic relations in Asia, Pacific, and Indo-Pacific regions. ASEAN diplomacy for peace, United Nations and sustainable development and analytical study, international public law. These are 9 core courses, a must. Hello? Simon Peter, are you there? Okay. Then elective. We have so many electives. You see this one? Even human rights. Human rights is an elective course. The one most of you have done. Which other one have you done? Leadership and governance. These are electives. We have many of them. So before, which one would you like to be open next semester so that we take the decision now? Anybody, any suggestion? Next semester? Leadership and governance? Everybody agree? Look, because we have to make the decision now. Check. Which one would you like us to elective next semester? Anyone? Somebody has suggested leadership and governance. Climate change and global. The man goes, climate change and governance. Do you agree with climate change and global? Okay. No, Imangas is always funny, actually. Okay, yeah, which particular subject, please? Huh? Which one? Sufficiency, economic philosophy, and sustainability building. Everybody? What has it to do with the program? The philosophy is there, but that is for Thailand. That is sufficient economy philosophy. I mean, it's the king of Thailand that very nice idea that enabled people to live better and live sustainably. So, anybody, do you agree with that? You said sufficiency economic philosophy and sustainable building. Okay. So now, please, quick, which one? Leadership and governance. Are you sure? Look at everybody. Do you agree with this one? Leadership and governance. Raise your hand if you agree. Leadership and governance. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, those who disagree, raise your hand. Let me know. Do you have any reason? Any reason? You prefer another subject. Which one? Okay, Dr. Shitpo. Where is this one? Armed proliferation and control. Who is? I think is for Dr. Shitpo. So who? Raise your hand if you support arms. Arms. Only Emmanuel. Only Emmanuel. Only one. Digital diplomacy is okay. Digital diplomacy, Dr. Surapon. Leadership and governance or digital. If you know digital, raise it quick because we want to make the decision. We have started writing the next semester subject. Digital diplomacy, raise your hand. Digital diplomacy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. They are enough. So you are beating, okay, now let's again. Leadership and governance. Okay, leadership and governance. Huh? Now let's vote again because now is a politics. There's politics here. Leadership and governance. If you want it to be the caucus, elective on next semester, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have finished your elective, don't vote. You are not eligible to vote. If you have finished your elective, we are talking about those who are supposed to register the subject. Okay, now do we start again? Okay, now voting. Leadership and governance. If you want leadership and governance to be elective, raise your hand again. Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 students. Okay. If you want digital diplomacy, right? Digital diplomacy. Simon Peter, which elective are you supporting? Okay, leadership and governance is 5. 5, right? Okay, so if you want digital diplomacy, raise your hand. Digital diplomacy. No, they are not eligible because they have done it. So now you are limited to only 2. You see, politics is very dangerous. Maybe because myself, I'm also political. Okay, so now we have at least leadership and governance. Okay, thank you very much. All right. Rules and regulations. I think everybody knows about it. If you are late for class, it depends on the lecturer. If it is me, all of you know my rules already. You can go back. So it's very, very important to be always on time. Then, again, as a student, it's also expected that you dress very well and obey the rules and regulations of Siam University. Respect the lecturers. We are still on rules and regulations. You know that already. So requirement, graduation requirement. This is another area you pay great attention. Graduation requirement, pay attention here. Look at it. You must get 3.0. At least. It's not 2 points. I have noticed that about 3 of you in this program, they are not up to 3 points. It's a dangerous sign. Student must study to complete curriculum and pass examination with a cumulative GPA of not less than 3.0. Hello? If you're just getting B, okay, B plus, okay, A, but once you see C in your GPA, you just know you need to work hard so that you cross over because you will not get the degree, I think. Then, of course, 39 subjects. Then again, you take English exam in 6th floor in this library. There's a library there, here. This portable library. 6th floor, go and take English test. Then, must pass written and oral comprehensive exam. So normally, final year students, those who have finished all the courses, we have oral and the written exam depending on plan that you have chosen. Must produce the thesis or independent studies, depends on the study plan that published an academic journal or presented an international academic conference. It is not just that you will graduate, you must present your paper in an academic journal. We have one happening now next month. I think next month. Yeah, BBA department. After BBA department, we also have MBA too. Or you have another universities you can go and publish. If you don't have something like that, you cannot graduate. Okay? So graduation process, plan A, finishing your core course, your thesis, comprehensive exam, and then publish your academic paper. Take your proficiency exam in, at the 6th floor, proposal examination, pass the thesis defense, pass the thesis defense. You see why people run away from thesis? You see? You submit your proposal, and then panel will look at it. Then you have to defend that your proposal, and then also defend your thesis. This time around, 5 lecturers at least. Then plan B, they share this in common, core courses, then 2 electives, comprehensive exam, independent studies, then the same publication is required. Then pass the test. Okay, presenting your academic papers. We are not going to waste time on that because it's very simple. When you are ready for that, every every journal, they always have their requirements and the way you should submit your paper. Okay. These are the way, samples. Of course, sometimes some of us would like to open an account, bank account, or you want to apply for embassy to get a visa in any foreign country. They may likely request for your student start certificate. So in order to do that, you have to come and we give you this. You fill the form, 50 baht. Then the student certificate will be issued to you. But if you are owing, you may be asked to clear your debt. But then if it's in certain cases that we're supposed to assist, maybe you needed it to open an account because you want your parents to send money inside that account. Okay, through explanation, we might ask the registration office to assist us. Then visa, we all know about it. Mostly everything about visa for MAPD students is you bring it to me and then I will handle it. We don't need to go to anywhere. It's my office that will assist you on this. And then I'm the one to submit it. And when it is ready, you will be called upon to come and take it. I'm not sure this is working. So normally it's important that international students must be notified about the Thailand immigration regulations. Do not overstay. If you overstay 1 year, if you are caught, then you will not be allowed to, if you overstay more than 90 days, you'll be banned from entering Thailand for 1 year. Overstay more than 1 year, you'll be banned from entering Thailand 3 years. Overstay more than 3 years, you will not be allowed to enter Thailand again for 5 years. Overstay more than 5 years, you will not be allowed to enter Thailand again for 10 good years. You see, these are the rules and regulations about overstaying. So, and I'm sure no student is overstaying here. Do we have? Okay, correct. And I will have to mention about immigration. Right now we have Student Plus, ED Plus. ED Plus means that you don't need re-entry when you want to go back to your country again. That is one. ED Plus means that if you are working, or maybe you graduated and you started looking for a job and you eventually got a job, then you can change the visa here in Thailand. Initially, it's not valid. but now it is valid. You can see some agency, they can change it then, but that for me is illegal and invalid as well. Because in Thailand, you cannot change from non-immigrant visa to non-immigrant visa. You have to leave the country and get either tourist visa so that you can change it, or get another non-immigrant related to what you want. But right now, ED plus means that even after graduation, you are still allowed to stay in Thailand for 1 year. Have you heard about that? So when you go to immigration, you look at your visa to know what they stamped. If they stamped ED plus, it means that you are free to go to your country and come back without any problem. You are free to leave Thailand to go to another country and come back to Thailand without any problem. You also free to be in Thailand and look for a job even after graduation for 1 year. They just give you visa free. Free doesn't mean you not pay 1,900 baht, but just initially it wasn't done, but now you are allowed. Okay, ethics. What I have to say about it is that academically, you're supposed to be the one to write your papers, your 10 papers. Remember that nowadays we have got what they call a chat, is it chat part or AI, chat whatever? I want you to pronounce it. Most students now, what they do is that once you give them paper, they ask the AI, please write paper. Ajan Surapon, are you aware of that? ตอนนี้นักศึกษาช่วยหน่อยอธิบายภาษาไทย
ทีนี้ครับเป็น in Thai right ทีนี้ครับอาจารย์มีนักศึกษาแล้วก็จะเข้าไปถาม
Dr. Scholl, are you aware of it, right? You're aware of AI, the student. So because most of them, that's what they do. You give them assignment, they ask the AI, and they print it.
We have also some way to find out.
Exactly. So students run away because it's not as easy as you think. So long as we have AI, I don't know, Dr. Cho, maybe you have to say something. Do you want to say something about that? About the AI, whatever?
I trust my student.
Just be careful because all that glitters is not gold. Of course, in my class, you can't do that. I mean, you know that very well. If I decide to allow that, maybe because I'm giving you grade based on your participation in the class, not in that thing you copied and sent to me. So be careful because it's not the best way to learn. One subject in this program is 12,000 baht. 12,000 baht, if you're a Nigerian, that is 500,000 naira or 600,000 naira. And that is what we registered for a subject. And then now you don't want to study. Then you are given an assignment and you just go to the Google and ask AI, please tell me about international law. And then the AI will not give you the answer. And you print it out and submit to the lecturer. Come on. Who is deceiving who? Who is deceiving who? You can do it in any other subject, but never in my own subject. By the way, maybe we will start now to change from not giving term paper. We will now start having an exam with the university paper. Question, write it in the question paper. Because right now, I think term paper has been defeated, just to help you, so that you will not be suspended. Just think about it. Because it doesn't, I mean, just think about it. Is it fair? They are smiling. Padam?
If you make us to go
into research.
Hey, Mr. Research. Mr. Researcher. Okay, that's different. Correct now. Correct now, but ethically, academic submission of anything should be your own what? Your own ideas, what you have framed by yourself, and not what AI has asked you. But I don't know how that thing came up actually. I tried it and I was shocked.
It is giving you an exact answer.
With best of English. Then why am I suffering to? Why am I cracking my brain? So we're in trouble academically. Anyway, just be aware. The next thing we may stop 10 papers. We will start normal exam. So AI is part of plagiarism. Submitting what is not yours, what you didn't do. But actually, it is part of plagiarism because it's not from you. That's what I'm saying. But then the main action itself is plagiarism.
For the fact you haven't seen any evidence proving that person wrong.
No, you that did it now. You're talking
about
exactly. The person that did it. The person that went to the Google and asked AI, please tell me about Emmanuel Obi and where he's studying, and he will bring everything that there.
You see, what you just did is just like an assumption, assuming that the person did that, and the person can stand before the himself. If the person knows what he's doing, read everything off, and take it. He's not the person.
Just know that is a plagiarism. What is plagiarism? An act of presenting another's work or ideas as yours. When you ask AI and he sends you a work, a work you didn't do. I mean, it's a plagiarism because you didn't do it. You just ask, please, peace and governance. Write 10 papers for me about peace and governance. Within 1 minute, within seconds, he has already finished writing it to you. And that is plagiarism, please, because the act of presenting another's, whose work are you presenting? AI.
AI don't have any reference. If you want to reference, how can you?
This guy is very funny, I beg. So, look at it here. Plagiarism is a theft of intellectual property of AI. And then plagiarism is cheating because you collected it from AI and submitted to the lecturer. Then plagiarism may result in receiving a failing grade. Of course, in my class, you can't do that. Okay, so we move on. A lot of things about plagiarism, you know already. If you don't know more, you can also see where I said something about it in my YouTube. Okay. Remember that as a master's degree student, anytime you are submitting any term paper, there is need for reference. Maybe you can also say AI. Oh my God. So these are some of our old students. I think this one is in Canada right now. This one is Australia. And this is a Finnish student. This is Ethiopian student. Okay. Okay, these are conferences that we attended. And then this student attended a conference. The conference is a Afghanistan student, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Nigerian student, Hamza, then Abubakar. Other ones are lecturers. So, this is the conference attended. After the conference, they will give you a certificate. AI will not give you certificates. After that, you graduation, this is our own university gown. So these are beyond. We have been moving around, doing activities. So don't forget, next Saturday is um, Peace Day. Everybody must be there. It's our department because we are the graduate School of Peace Studies and Diplomacy. So please, next Friday, don't miss it. Everybody must and should be there. Is in this 19th floor. 19th floor.
Maybe on the ground floor.
The whole thing is already constructed.
Okay, 19th floor. So please try to be there. Every student of MAPD, do not miss it. I will take a roll call. Okay, this is our director. And then this is one of our students from India. He did a presentation in Peace Studies, Peace Day, last year. Last year or last 2 years? Last year. This one is also our new student. You know him, right? Celestine. He also did presentation. This year, do we have students to present?
Yes.
Okay, so every year we always invite one student to give a talk. And after that, there will be a photo taken. Then this is our movement to where we went. What was that? Kanchanaburi or whatever. Oh, okay. UNESCO. We visited UNESCO last year, and we had a very nice outing there. Who among us went there? Can you raise your hand? UNESCO. Oh, all of you are new students. Wow. Then we visited Nigerian embassy. And Nigerian embassy, they are generous enough and they gave us so many gifts. No, Nigeria is the giant of Africa, the richest in Africa. So, who went there with us? Anybody here? Most of you are new students. Emmanuel, were you not there? Oh, you have not come that time. Okay, we have another one this year, please. Everybody should be there. Then, our movement to the villages. This water, these are our students. The water, after drinking, after showering with the water, you will be the richest person in your country. Then I went there, I was putting it because I want to be the richest. But now I don't think my financial status has improved. I don't think so. Maybe I will go again. So each time we plan for activity, please don't miss it because you paid for it actually. So you see, we took a photo, Kanchanaburi province. Who among you here? Oh, thank God. We have. Oh, His Excellency, were you there too? Oh, okay. I remember when we went to the cemetery. We were talking. I mean, that activity was very nice. Which one are we going this year? No, not yet. We can go the same place now. Phuket? Phuket means that we have to stay there 2 days or 3 days. Okay. So remember in Thailand there are festival, just like in our place in Nigeria and Igbo land. We talk about Mili, Mili, the water spirit and the people from the water. In Thailand here, their own is national. They call it Katong. The day they just respect the water spirit, the water goddess. Their own is national. But in our own, we were meant to think that it is wrong. And it is idolatry or whatever. But the country you are living now comfortably, look at it, the way That's why their country is what it is. They respected their goddess every year. Okay, so the end. So this is the question time.
So we have to upload here to scan for the manual. Of this. Yeah. This is for the student manual for the all of students.
They can scan.
Yeah, they can scan.
Okay, so you can scan this for the manual so that you know about the manual. So do you have any question? We invite our dean and Dr. Surapon to say other things that they would like us to learn from. Okay, so clap for the dean as he comes to.
Right. I'm very happy to see you, all of you. I went to Seoul, Korea last week with a delegation of Thailand National Anti-Corruption Commission. Okay. We had a very interesting and productive workshop at Hanyang University, our sister institution, the biggest private university in Seoul, where I was a professor for a long years. You might have an opportunity to go through at this beautiful campus, for a workshop one day. And well, I know all of you. I would like to give you some advices and recommendations. Okay, you are all here to pursue your better future, right? The first thing, very simple thing, but very important. Try to be punctual. Try to be punctual. I don't know, it is our tradition of MAPD to come to the classroom late, right? Normally, I'm on time and I have several students, but we have to wait for others arriving, right? It's a waste of time and energy. So try to respect your classmate and you have more time to talk to each other. Okay? To be punctual. I don't have any problem with my undergraduate classes, and especially foreign. You are all foreign students, right? But I have many European students. They are always punctual. That this is very important, not only for our classes, but also for your future career. Okay? When you arrive late, you will be already losing something. Excuse me, and then right. So you have to be confident in yourself, okay, while being on time. The second thing is follow the activities. Follow, university activities. Also follow the news, internet news. We are the students of peace studies and diplomacy, the students of international relations. We have to know what's going on around us. It is a habit. It should be a habit for you to get acquainted with things happening around us. Right? When I get up every morning, I just take my smartphone and then check the news before I go to the restroom, the toilet, right? To wash my face. So that is my routine for long years. So you should be. Okay? You should do this, every day. Then try to make. I talk to some of your friends. Try to make friends. You know each other, but I would like to ask you how many friends you have from the MAP. a friendship, and your relationship with your classmates and your alumni will be a very important asset in your future career. Okay? Then we are all here in Thailand. I'm wondering whether you speak Thai or not, but let's try to learn Thai and also other languages that will allow you to have better career. You will have more opportunities, right? So make friends and then learn new languages. Try to improve your English too, right? English is a must. I speak 5, 6 languages, but even English is more important than my mother tongue, okay? While professionally speaking. Okay? Then, good news, we will have a new MAPD office. The Graduate School of Peace Studies and Diplomacy will have a very beautiful and expanded office very soon, maybe in 1-2 months. Okay? You will have your student lounge. I convinced the president to make the bigger space, and then when you enter the office, you will have student lounge with a meeting room and then some facilities. And we have a very big meeting room for small group conferences and workshops, seminars. Right? If we have less than 12 or 13 students, we can have our seminar workshop in this conference room with the most the state of the art touchscreen panel. Sorry for the technical issues, but we have to get we have to get as maximum as possible from the limited resources, right? As I often tell you. But this is you can use mine. We have better screen, so you can better concentrate. When you need something, ask to the MAPD office and also Dr. Emmanuel and me, right? And then we have to know how to negotiate diplomatically with the president and the university, okay, the management team. Then be active. Be active. Ask questions. Okay? You don't need to think that you are disturbing other students. No, it should be an interactive class. If you have a question, you intervene right away and then try to animate the debate and discussion. That is very important. Okay? Do not reserve your questions at the end of the class. Right? Then, I've never seen, I have been working at CMU for long years. I have been teaching different MAPD classes. I have had several students who came to see me, ask for some advices and guidelines. Okay, the door is open. I try to be at the university, 7 days per week, if possible. So you can contact my assistants, and then you have my line. So if there's any assistance, if you need any assistance, not only for your studies but also for your life, okay, I will be happy to assist you. All right, I'm here for that. So come to see me, and then we can talk about your future. Okay? And then why not? For the actual, you asked for the internship, right? So based on your request, I can try to find out something useful and productive for not only for you, but the whole class. Okay. Any questions so far? So I might have many other recommendations to you, but these are the very basic, but also very important and fundamental factors you have to put in your mind. Okay? Thank you for listening. I would like to invite Dr. Sulamon.
Okay, thank you.
I arrived last night and I went to bed at 3 a.m. So I'm still in my.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to all of you to MAPD family of Siam University. I'm very happy today to meet all of you. And also, first of all, I very agree with Dr. Shaw about student discipline. You see. When you graduate from MAPD Siam University and to follow your career as a diplomat or working in public sector, private sector, or non-governmental organization that dealing with international relations and diplomacy, you should have discipline. As for my subject, I can wait only for 10 to 15 minutes. And if some students who come late, I will send self-study as homework for self-study. And the other that I would like to facilitate your study that I will now we have the live group, you see, and I will send the clips of some lecture from abroad from the other lecturer to the group line for your self-study, before or after my lecture to add more. And the third one that I agree with Siam University that learning is not limited only in the classroom. You have to study outside the classroom, and knowledge nowadays is everywhere. You can study everywhere. Particularly diplomacy and international relation is interdisciplinary. You have to learn from in the classroom, maybe concentrate on theory and some knowledge. But in lecture, and discussion, the classroom is very limited. But you have to lifelong learning according to the philosophy of UNESCO that our honorable president honor this philosophy is lifelong learning. When you graduate, it's just you are starting off learning by experience, learning by doing, and you have to learning the whole lifetime of your life. And for the last one, and important one as well, last but not least, is ethics, academic ethics. When you are human being, you should have ethics. And you are, if you have profession, they have professional ethics. If you violate ethics, you will have be punished. See? That's why for academic ethics, nowadays they have many instruments to check, you see. Check, recheck, and double check, you see. They have turned it in. They have the program of Chulalongkorn University to check. There has many program to check and recheck, you see. And in Siam University, for independent study or thesis, you have to submit the whole of your written draft thesis and draft independent study to check without the signing of the authority that supervise and control the ethics. You have to start to recollect. That's why I would like to suggest on the student, you have to practice the skill of your rewriting, you see. And the most important is with the skill of rewriting, they have quotation. For quotation, you have to put in the in the short quotation with reference. But if you use the idea, you have to rewriting to the new paraphrase. The new paraphrase. This is the skill that you have to practice when you do the term paper. Did not copy and paste. it's not. It's not. It's not the good behavior to practice your skill of rewriting. Most important is skill of rewriting. You will have the skill of rewriting if you have critical thinking and try to have your own idea. Maybe you quote some idea from one academician, and then the other academician is not agree with that idea. You can produce and create and think about your third idea. And that is not the same. This is you can avoid. It's a technique for rewriting. That's why you have to use the critical thinking, thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. And synthesis is your own idea. Okay? You practice every Sunday, Saturday, Sunday when you study, and after that, when you get assignment and when you write the paper, you can practice your skill of rewriting. Okay? Thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ajahn. Any question or any student? Okay, what would be your question? I'm going to tease us. Okay, ask your question.
Dr. Cho, permit me to use you as a point of contact in recognizing other doctors here present and your cabinets. My speech will not be complete without recognizing the presence of our students, my fellow students, using my honorable counselor as a point of contact in reaching other students here present. My name is Ngozi Manuel. I'm from Nigeria and a student of Peace and Diplomacy here in Siam University. On the presentation made by Dr. Emmanuel Okafor, I want you to tell us more about thesis and independent studies. You talk about thesis, why everybody is running away from thesis to independent studies. I also want to know what level or on what extent or what impartment can thesis and independent studies give us. For example, I learned in some of the universities in Finland, they cannot employ or they cannot admit a master's degree holder to do PhD without having thesis. If you write your independent studies, it will be very difficult for you to be enrolled as a PhD holder or a PhD student in Finland, in many schools or in many countries. So why, and also what benefits is independent studies in our daily life?
Yeah, actually, just as we said earlier, thank you very much. That is a very nice educative question.
Can I finish?
Oh, you have not. You are still talking.
Okay. Another thing is that it's a part of recommendation or suggestion. In this department, MAPD, I think we have to improve more in our adverts. For example, when I come down, I always see Masters on Business Administration. I see their adverts, their flyers downstairs. But when I look around, nothing like MAPD. So I keep on thinking, is MAPD functioning? Because what got people's see is your advice, your advertisement. When they come, they cannot just come up and start asking of MAPD. But when they go down and see their flyers, oh, the person might feel interest in joining this department. But I always see Masters on Business Administration. And sometimes if I want to talk to somebody about MAPD, I don't see any flyers to give to them to educate them about MAPD. What I always see there is Masters on Business Administration. Sometimes I take the flyer and share to maybe some of my colleagues to tell them more about CM University. But if we have something like that, I think it will give more information when trying to tell somebody, oh, we have this department here in our school. Because wherever we go, we always advertise our school, tell people about our school. And if you tell them out, maybe they will not have the more information. But when you have the flyers and give to them, they will read and go through about the school without referring them to social media or internet to check on that. And another one is the usage of AI. It's true, AI also have empowered many people academically. Depends on your own ideology. Some people, for me as an example, I might not understand what a teacher is talking about, maybe because I might not pay much attention. But when I go to AI, example, term paper, for you to write a term paper, it has many procedures, many protocols, from abstracts, from introduction, table of contents, and every other thing. Maybe I cannot get the exact information, but when I just, please, can you show me then it will give me exactly what I want. Then it will be my own personal interest to do what?
Copy.
To do what? Not even to copy, to change it on what I want. Because most of the information are not reliable. Or even if they are reliable, you must add your own information. But the most important thing is that you use it to know the step of what you want to do without disturbing anybody. Oh, please come and tell me about this. But once you Google it, you know the step of what you want to do. Then from there, you develop your own idea. So this is all I want to ask and recommend. Thank you for your attention.
Wow. That was a very nice submission from you, Emmanuel. Okay, so I think, Dr. Shaw, I don't know, do you want to answer some of them, or do I go ahead?
Yeah, for the advertisement, promotion, graduate of this economics, I took over the management of our graduate school this last October, and it took time for me to know what we have been doing, and then to think of new things, to improve our program. So we are working on it, right? We are making a new brochure and flyer, and eventually posters to promote our MAPD program. We are also looking for a PhD program. Okay? And why not undergraduate program? So I'm talking with the president to improve our program and in different aspects. Then we are also promoting our program in Europe for since several months. I think from next semester we have some European students to diversify, okay, the participation of different nationalities and different ethnic groups to have more, interesting and more productive program to our community. Then AI, interesting, right? Then Dr. Swapon talked about writing and rewriting. In social sciences, it is not easy to create. We are not poets. We are not novelists, essayists, right? Differently from other sciences, in social sciences, in diplomacy, in peace studies, and international relations, it is not easy to create your own product. So it is, I have always temptation. When I read, when I watch something, I like to copy because it's wonderful phrases, right? But in this case, you can borrow these ideas, but you have to cite the resource, right? From where, and who wrote it. And then you can rewrite, make your own language. When I read your papers and when I evaluate your papers, right, in exam papers, we all know what kind of preparation you did, right? So what I'm looking for is your original contribution. You don't need to be perfect. Many students think that you have to submit a perfect paper or thesis, but you are still students, graduate student. You can make mistakes. That's why we are all here to assist you, to correct you, to improve your products. Okay? So AI you can use, but based on your different researches, you try to make your own language. Okay? And I have been doing this for long years, since I was a student, right? Okay. I give different ideas, borrowed from different personalities, and finally I conclude with my own language. In Korea, in Nigeria, so we have this one. So you share your ideas and your experiences with the audience, with your professors. That will be, the best scenario you can do while pursuing your studies at the same time. And then between the independent studies and thesis, maybe Dr. Emmanuel can give you some more precise information.
Okay. Dr. Surapan, do you want to add one or two
I would
things?
like to add, Dr. Su, about writing and rewriting.
Please.
The most important for your practice, everybody has its own style of writing. You see, that's why when you, for example, for academic writing, it's different from newspaper writing as well. You see, from the other career writing. Diplomat as well has its own style of writing. That's why for academic writing they have
Remember to turn this
ethics,
to my side.
academic ethics. That's why you have to make. If you can for the golden phrase, as Dr. Cho said that they have some phrase, paraphrase that is very touch of your heart, your idea, your thinking, your thought. You can make quotation with reference of this quotation, and after this or before and after quotation, you can explain by your own style of writing. This is, you can practice your own style. You see, For the quotation is the other side,
And
the perfect style.
thesis.
But you can have the same level of perfection. That's why you have to practice little by little. And after that, you will be have skill of rewriting.
Yes.
This is my suggestion.
Thank you very much.
And if you working in the as diplomat, they have the other side of writing as well. It should be short, short writing. And lawyer also short writing. Long writing is not good writing. And the good English should be short sentence. But for French language, it should be long sentence. For Thai language, it should be long sentence. Not short one. Simply short sentence is the best English. See, that you have to cut. If you have long sentence for 3 lines, should be cut only one line or half a line, very short. Okay.
A little detail regarding the response comment. When you submit some written paper, message, or dissertation, try to proofread. You make a lot of mistakes. Not only you, many students make a lot of mistakes in writing. So they are in a hurry. They just try to submit a written paper on time. Okay. Nowadays we have many good instruments online to proofread your text. When you email, now email is an official communication tool. Many companies communicate, even government, offices and different institutions communicate through email. Before, you had to send an official letter, right? Now you can. So, legally speaking, email is a part of, official communication. So when you make a small mistake, you will lose your trust. So when you try to make, not perfect, but make a sentence or email or any written paper with less mistakes. So we can do it very easily, when you proofread and also when you check with the software. I'm using also when I submit a written paper, I proofread with the, I'm not mention the commercial name, but I bought that program, but I proofread and then I try to improve my. For example, if you use the same words many times, but this program indicates that inform you that you use the same word too many times, and then this program suggested another words, other words that can replace this word. Okay, so we can do this kind of small effort, and then you can have more or better research.
Wonderful. Okay, back to the question Emmanuel asked. I will start by making a distinction. I'm making try to itemize educators and issues in terms of learning. Okay. In educational department, we have two school of thoughts, fields. What does that mean? You have progressive educators, and also you have conservative educators. I'm talking from the background of my degrees on educational administration. So what does it mean? There are educators who tend to think that thesis is a requirement for PhDs. And there are educators who tend to think that no, if you have studies like independent studies, that What matters is that the person is learning. And what matters is that the person has a capacity, capability, and what it takes to do more research in terms of PhD. It does not really matter that the person must have a thesis in terms of the difference between the two. So now, for instance, in my own view, if the dean of a particular department or the administrator of a particular university tend to fall into this group of conservatism, who tend to think that you need to submit a thesis before you proceed to a PhD, then it might fall into the ground you are talking. In other words, maybe in Finland, of course, Finland is one of the outstanding educators, so to say. So it may fall into the fact because of the mind construct that thesis is required. Why? Because they would like to see that you are capable, you have the capability, you have the ability, you have what it takes in order to do further research. That is the intention. But if you're able to have distinguished yourself, that you studied and you have independent studies and you have you had some conferences and you have some journals already published, I don't think that would be an issue. Because that is why in Thailand, in my view, Thai educational system made it very easy by putting it as a requirement that if you want to graduate, you have to present an academic journal. You have to present the paper in an academic proceedings, in a conference that has proceedings. That's my understanding. And I think I may be quoting the educators, Thai educators I've met when I was doing my graduate diploma in teaching profession and the master's in educational administration and PhD in educational innovation. So I met a lot of Thai lecturers, professors, and they are saying that one of the reasons is to make sure that students are capable of providing an academic paper, article. So that is why whether you do thesis or whether you do independent studies, the requirement for graduation in Thailand suggests that not only thesis, but you have to demonstrate that you have the capacity to produce an academic article, academic paper. So that is the way I will handle it. But then I have also I have a lot of students who did independent studies and they were easily admitted for PhDs. A lot of them. Why? Because think about it, for progressive educators like myself, doing 2 courses as elective in any department, you may have learned a lot more than doing just thesis that you didn't study anywhere. That's the argument academically. You did 2 electives and you met 2 different lecturers and then you now got knowledge. Because that is the main thing about going further to do PhD. It's not anchored on whether you did a thesis or not. You should be anchored on the ability, the capacity, the old stuff, the prowess, academic power that you have given to yourself. So when you have done elective courses, different courses you have done already with different lecturers, and now you now added it up with independent studies. Come on. What makes you think that that is not not heavy enough for knowledge for somebody who really wants to learn? So for me, in the modern days, I would prefer to do independent studies, even because it offers the opportunity to do 2 elective courses with different lecturers that may have expertise in different fields. That means that you have availed yourself of opportunity to learn. I hope you are getting, in my own view, the differences. So, however, maybe you don't have the time. Some students, they don't have the time in order to do 2 elective courses. They still do thesis. They will not choose thesis to avoid that. But don't forget, someone like me did thesis at the same time independent subject because I'm thinking about my knowledge, what I want to learn. So I did thesis. I also did 2 independent studies, additional. I'm just beyond what the university is offering. I was concentrating on what I will learn, the educational empowerment, the knowledge itself, not actually whether thesis or independence. So in my view, I would just have to put it that I think gradually, just as you see the world is moving, even educational, a lot of things are changing. Many universities are now understanding that actually students who did independent studies with 2 elective subjects must have had enough educational, must have been loaded. But you don't need to worry, because I tend to think that the Thailand has taken a very bold step by saying that before you graduate, you need to do a research. So that if you're applying for UK, you're applying for America, once you Google your name, you print out what you have published. Remember, theses are kept in the library. The fact that you did it does not necessarily mean that you have learned a lot. They are kept in the library in most universities. Then even independent studies are kept. The only one that you can now moving around with you is that particular article. Wherever you Google your name, you see. However, some universities have also gotten e-website or whatever, so that your thesis will be there. But I don't think nowadays education is very free, it's liberal. It's no longer put into only one's methodology. That is the way I will put it, because there are people who did independent studies and were easily admitted to do their PhD. But then if the Finland case is a different, maybe, but I also have a student of Finland who graduated with us, and he shows independent studies, and he said he wants to do PhD, maybe because he's a Finnish, I don't know, but he's now still moving on with his PhD after doing IS with us. You get that? So it depends on the university. It could depend on the lecturer, could depend on the dean, depending on the particular educational philosophy the person is holding. But then, whether he's holding conservatism or progressivism, whatever it is, the world is changing and moving. It's no longer the way it used to be. Just like many people are doing online degrees. Many people are doing even PhDs online. Are they being expected to submit thesis or IS? No. Education is moving and changing. So in a different, looking at the science of the time. So this is the way I would think I would tackle that. So you don't need to worry. If you're in IS, you are still in an educational environment because you added 2 electives.
To admit this candidate at a certain university. These are not, observed letter by letter. There might be some exceptions and special conditions. Right? So what is more important is your contribution, academic contribution. So try to publish your articles, right? And participate in different conferences. Okay? If you can publish a book. Right? But if you are not confident in yourself, you can co-work with one of your professors. I'm open to this. If you are interested in a certain subject, you can propose it to me. We can make a co-work, co-publication under my name and then under your name for authors. So that will be a very important part of academic contribution. That will be appreciated, for different institutions like the university in Finland.
Yeah, and another point is that education is also progressive, whether we are holding conservative aspect. Why do I say so? Some students at this level tend not to only understand academic papers. They are not ready to actually get involved with the way thesis, all that is required if you want to do thesis. However, but when you do 2 electives by the assignments and whatever you must have done, then adding it all with independent studies, you must have learned a lot. Because, just as you said, some students run away from thesis. Because first of all, it is too demanding. And some students, they weren't ready, so they chose independent studies. Even currently, some of you are not also ready. Because thesis, you have to submit a proposal Then the panel will determine whether it is correct or not. Then you start writing. And most students that chose thesis, they end up finishing in 2 years or 3 years or 5 years because it is cumbersome. If you are working or if you are too engaged and you want to shoot thesis, it might be nice, but it's okay, but just consider the fact that you also need to graduate. It's important that you graduate, you get the master's degree first. Then, just like Dr. Shaw said, what is important here is your academic contribution. You should be publishing, you should be writing books, you should be joining academic academic proceedings, conferences here and there. If you think that you are interested, now you can remember your friend, you know Ben Obieshina, right? He did thesis as a master, very powerful thesis. And today I'm wondering why he's not doing PhD. You see, maybe because I don't know if he got scared with the type of energy he put in his thesis and then started running away from doing PhD. So it is diversified, it's variegated. So it depends on the individual. If you think that thesis is okay for you, go for it. If you think that independence is good for you, go for it. But I think they're all the same. It depends on you. It depends on you. Depends on the student. I don't think at the modern time it must determine for PhD. No, I don't think so. Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if we have another question. Okay, so he wanted to ask a question. Can you give him
Okay, stay on already established protocol. Actually, okay, my name is Obi Mano. What I want to say, not really a question, but like call it a suggestion. This department called MAPD, Masters of Peace Studies and Diplomacy, I think it's religiously attached. If you ask me, we are pastors and preachers of peace. And we are cultivating in the field of knowledges. Having the academic work, writing everything, publishing, what about the practical aspect? With the scope, the pictures you just showed here, when the group went to Nigerian embassy, coming to think of it, Nigerian embassy is not the only embassy MAPD should go. I think if MAPD can organize a program, more of presentation, where everybody will gather and we will be preaching about peace. For example, what we are putting on here, we are live, and after this, it will go to internet, going viral, universal. This is how it should be because we are the preachers of peace. We are people cultivating in the field of knowledge, try to apply diplomacy, not only writing, I'm talking about practical aspect. Not only when the school conducts a program or a conference that we have to attend. Most of us may not be opportune or have access to attend any conference. But after studying here, what have you practically experienced regarding peace studies? Because this department, at least first semester, second semester, third semester, we should have organized a program that we will, maybe 5 people, 10 people will come out and present, talk about peace, bring about many theorists, many political activists, philosophers who have thought about peace. Because we are studying philosophy here, at least a branch of it. We are studying politics here, economy here, everything related to social science. We are studying it here. And we are in the good position. I will say that we are expertise to tell the world, this is how to negotiate. This is the cause effect of every war we are having in the world. This is how we should structure it. when I try to make an investigation of universities that that this program is being established, nobody have ever given me any answer about any university having this department. This department is so special for mankind and to God because we are preaching about peace. We are trying to tell the world there is reason we should maintain absolutely peace in the world, which many theorists has come up with many profound theory to interpret about peace, what caused the war or conflict in the society. And when you look around it, every theory there is no 100% accuracy about what they are doing because there may be an opposition trying to counter what the other one said. If you go to political view, you see that. Philosophical view, you see that. Economics view, you see that. So, but we are the right people. We are the best people in this position to preach about peace. If a philosopher preaches about peace, the person is not in good position. The only department in good position, being an expertise to preach about peace, is this department. And at least in one semester, we organize a program that the whole world will watch. Linking it to what he said about advertise, not only giving flyers, but if we have presentations, not in the class only, organizing a program, the whole world will view it. Most of us, what you send to internet may likely lift you up tomorrow. What you send to internet may likely give you a connection tomorrow. And what we say in the internet may likely maintain a peaceful society tomorrow. So, in conclusion, I will say, if the department can make it up, organize a program for us. If it may not be here, maybe somewhere else, maybe any of the foreign embassy here, or we can do this here. Everybody will bring about presentations and we talk about peace, the causes of conflict. Everything that we are doing here should be presented in a program, so that it will go viral, so that people will know that CM University is having a good program called MAPD. Most people don't know about it. It's online theory, yes, we believe, but there is what this program, this presentation will make it known to the general public. And it will send a message as an information, as a peace reading to all people who are trying to initiate war in the society, or people who are seeking for peace or solution or trying to negotiate. It will give them a proper solution because we are the base here.
Okay.
Other people may be infrastructure, but we are the base.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. I will tackle it in this way. First of all, I will try to, in my little power as the student dean in this program, I will try to appoint you to help us organize about 1 or 2 students to put all these ideas together so that we can present it to the dean, and the dean will then present it to the university so that we put it in practice. So please, you are hereby appointed to help us because these ideas are wonderful. We cannot argue against it at all. You have a very powerful submissions here, and I think I agree with that. Another way I would like to support what he said. When I graduated in this program, do you know my topic? Do you know my topic? My topic is the concept of peaceful environment in Igbo spirituality. The concept of peace, peaceful environment in Igbo spirituality. So in other words, we can campaign exactly what he's saying with our topics. When you want to submit your IS, how many of you have gotten topics here? The topic of your paper. Simon Peter, do you have one? So this is a campaign. Because the topic of your paper presentation should align itself with the program. Because this is an academic. So the piece is saying that we can now evangelize is through academic means, through academic paper. Pius, have you gotten your topic? Make sure, remember what he said, because that is the main thing about it. The topic you are choosing to present as an independent study should be a campaign, just as he said. So that you now campaign it. Somebody will Google about peace. Maybe somebody in Afghanistan, somebody in Middle East, somebody in America, Europe, will Google about peace. Then your article will pop up. Are you guys getting what I'm saying? So it's another academic, smart and brilliant way of putting in practice what he said. And that is exactly what our program is all about. So he got it very correctly. Emmanuel Mba, do you have your title? Please, you see what he said? So all our titles. Nan, you have gotten a title, right? I hope your title is talking about peace. I'm on. About you? Your title, what is the title of your academic paper? Should be talking about peace, all of you. Because the main thing for what he's saying is that he says it has a evangelism inside it. And that evangelism, for me, I'm viewing it as an academic evangelism. Meaning that each and every one of you, like myself, Google my own, you will see it. You are independent studies. What you are going to submit should tally, be in conjunction, be in connection, be in the same line with the program of peace studies and diplomacy. Then the other thing he said about activities, just as I say, brother, we need your assistance. So that once you get about 2 or 3 students, give us this idea. Because sometimes even in our quality assurance, when we have meeting for quality assurance, they also ask us this kind of question, this kind of thing you said, the practical aspect. So that's why we need you. Because to make a change, we need everybody here. So we actually need you. So you can put this thing in writing, and then suggestion and solution. Maybe I will join Emmanuel. Please, can you join him? Yeah, 2 of you, Emmanuel Ngozi. There are 2 of you. I mean, if we need more people, just to have a kind of a student manual suggestion for the program, so that once you put it in writing, you use AI to put it very well. This one is not plagiarism. Once you finish it, then you submit it to the dean, and I bet you it will have a change. Then Emmanuel, you said about flyers. Please, before you leave here, I have a lot of flyers. I will give you MAPD flyers, the old one, please, because we need to start evangelizing the program as we start now. So don't go without that flyers, please. So that is the way I will handle it. Thank you very much. Okay, more questions? Where's the microphone? Give it. This is a Nigerian embassy officer, the consular himself. In case Dr. Surapon, you want to go to Nigeria, he's the one to give you a visa. Dr. Show, so we have free visa for as far as he's concerned.
The president of ASEAN University, ably represented by the vice president, all protocols duly observed. My name is Dixon Chibueze, and I'm also a student, and I'm a Nigerian. And I have just 2 things to mention. That's why I'm standing. And then, although it seems it's good I waited for my brother to stand, but part of the orientation I would love so much is because some of us are here because we are, okay, personally, I am linked to a discipline that have to do with international relation. So, seeming to further the course of my to advance my studies and knowledge. So I streamlined my choice to CM University, and then looking for a course that is related to international relations. Then I came to MAPD. So MAPD, as much as there is peace to it, international relations and diplomacy, I think is the core. So it is in the view to pursue the diplomacy in international relations that both peace and disputes have to be explored and dissected. So evangelism and peace is beautiful. Yeah, like in the cause of peace, you know, with all due respect, somebody like Dr. Emma can engage us for a whole 1 week dissecting the concept of peace itself. And you see that peace is hydra-headed. And then, so please, to end today's, or part of the things I would love us to take away today is, if there is a way it can be very well make us at peace with the relationship between the cause and the comfort zone with people in the discipline of international relations and diplomacy. Yes, vis-a-vis the peace and the disputes embedded therein. I hope I'm able to make it clear. Then number two, it's not a question, but it's from my own point of view, given where I work, kind of a way to, on behalf, unofficially and on behalf of the Nigerian embassy, to commend the administration of Siam University as well, especially MAPD, with the way they've handled the international students, particularly the ones that have to do with our own embassy, Nigerian students. So far, so good. We've not had complaints. We've not, yeah. And so far, so good. We've also, among all the lists in our problem files, we have not seen anybody from Siam University in that file. We've seen students from some other universities coming with complaints, expressing different levels of displeasures and frustrations. Some, their name disappears from the book. Some end up finding out that they were never even in the school registered in the first place. Maybe because of some kind of dealings with middlemen called agents and all that. I've not seen any middleman or agent from maybe Siam. And maybe it's because of the way Siam has been disciplined enough to make sure they weighed off some of these things. And all the people that have showed off with Siam identity after due checks and still checking, we've all come to see that they are real students and they are really studying, unlike some other places we've seen. So it is a recommendation from us, and it has been mentioned even at the embassy level and meeting, and even reports within the embassy and back to Nigeria. Siam University have actually stood out. So we have to actually give this one. So I think in order to also allow for some others, my colleague to continue, I will also love it that if it will be stretched out, my first point, and then make us all at peace with it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so from every indication, the first point is about a subject, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so can you put it right? Can you write it for us? Or I mean by writing it down so that we can follow up.
Okay. Yeah, but even I will write it down, but I want to actually make it like, we want a clarification. Because if some of us talking about the background, international relations, having to do with some of us that are in the diplomatic circle, wanting to advance our causes. So we came to this place, and MAPD is the closest to it and giving it. And so that's why we're here. So I not giving the contribution of our brother, making evangelist of peace, and then making with following the reactions, whatever we do is linked to peace. Yeah, that's very good. But please, we should not, I'm trying to make sure that that link to the international relation and the diplomacy itself is still the bedrock. So international relations, sometimes the relationship actually have to thrive in the pursuit for peace or in whatever the interest is. Even dispute can be an interest in international relation and diplomacy. Thank you very much. I'll leave it again.
Okay, so that is wonderful. Dr. Shu, I don't know if you have any thing before we conclude.
You need a break before your class.
Okay, so we're looking, in my own view, we are looking into everything that we just said. But please, in case if you notice that it might be wonderful if you put it in writing as well and send to my WhatsApp or whatever, so that I will not forget and then lose any sight. So thank you very much. I think we'll call it a day or anything else.
You can always propose map your courses. The professors are always available to listen to you. So,
Today is very, very effective. I thank you very much, Emmanuel Ngozi. Thank you very much, Emmanuel Obi. And we thank you very much, our ambassador here, Nigerian embassy representative, consular himself, Dixon. We appreciate, three of you actually, all that you said, we must put in practice. But please just remind me by putting it in writing, because that is why there is need for orientation, so that we hear from the students and get to adjust. And three of you, you are very, very wonderful. But today, I must appreciate that. Thank you very much.
all right.
Okay, so thank you very much. So we call it a day for today. So we take picture, please. Yeah. Okay, you can stay like.
First, second row, and then you can you can stand next to them. You go here or you? No, better. Sit on the chair. Get closer. Get closer.
Okay.
You can stand.
Closer. Okay, come closer. Yeah. Okay, come closer.
So come closer and make yourself beautiful and handsome. Do not hide. Who? So stand up. That's from the back now. Should be from the back.
For the last row.
Do you see all of them?
Student from the countriesครับ
จริงๆที่นี่ก่อนดีกว่าจะได้ถ่ายข้างหน้า
So this your system is so nice. Why were we wasting time in the morning?
You can use
Yeah, it's better.
very, very clear, right?
Very, very clear.
Okay, one more, more, please. One.
MAPD, yeah, no?
Okay, okay.
Okay, yay! Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, sure. You can use.